guys, Constance here. Welcome back to Good Life Farm. So it has been a kind of a chaotic few days. As you can see, this video is not coming up on Monday because generally I will edit the Monday video over the weekend, but over the weekend I had a lot going on. I wasn't even home most of the weekend. I was out and about doing things. And then Sunday afternoon I was working on some stuff around here. Now sometimes when I get busy I can get up early in the morning, and after I get my chores done I can edit the video to go up that day if I have the time to do it. But Monday morning, which is now yesterday, because this is just the kind of week it's been, I had to take Duke, our big dog, to the vet. Saturday evening or afternoon, Duke sustained some sort of injury to his nose, and my best guess is I thought it looked like a snake bite. Now, we've got snakes around here. Here in Alabama we do have poisonous snakes. However, his nose, I mean, you could see two punctures right on top of his nose, right on top of his snout, with a space of about the width of my thumb between them. And the top of his nose was kind of swollen a little bit, but not bad. And so we decided to just wait for the vet to open up Monday morning, because he wasn't having any issues breathing. The swelling wasn't really bad. He was still eating and drinking and playing and doing all the things. It was just very clear that it was bothering him. So Monday morning I called our vet and told them what was going on, took him in. And now here at the house, Duke is the sweetest, most ridiculous, lovey-dovey teddy bear you have ever seen. I mean, it's ridiculous just how chill and how sweet he is. However, taking Duke to the veterinarian is a traumatic experience every single time for the staff. And probably for Duke. He just does not like going to the vet. He loves riding in the truck. I mean, he loves riding in the truck. But the second you set foot inside the vet, he's just scared. And which makes it a very difficult thing to get him through. But the snake bite, you know, we have poisonous snakes around here, or venomous snakes. We've got lots of non-venomous snakes. I have never actually seen on our property a venomous snake since we've lived here in the 5 years we've been here. We have seen lots of non-venomous snakes, rat snakes, we've seen garter snakes, we've seen mostly spotted king snakes, which are very good snakes. They actually eat poisonous snakes or venomous snakes. So we don't know what it was that bit Duke. Now, because of the size and the spacing of the punctures, that would have been an adult snake. And venomous snakes, generally, if they're an adult, they actually don't always inject their venom when they bite, because an adult venomous snake understands how much energy it takes for their body to remake that venom. Now a baby venomous snake is going to do it every time. So baby venomous snakes are actually by some considered more dangerous than the adult venomous snakes. So it could have been a venomous snake that bit him, or it may not have been. There's no way of knowing. It's not like Duke could tell us what got him. So we took him in because the spots, the puncture wounds were very angry and all of that, and so took Duke into the vet. He's on antibiotics. which he loves to be on antibiotics, because anytime we need to give him medicine, I go and buy the yummy canned dog food, and I just open up the capsules and I mix them in there, and he thinks he's getting a treat. He thinks he's getting absolutely spoiled. He has no idea he's getting medicine. But he's doing fine. I mean, already just after one day, we can already see an improvement with the wound on his nose. It's starting to dry up and everything, and the swelling looks like it's gone down, so he'll be fine. He's Duke. So I mentioned that Sunday I was busy working on some stuff. One of the things that I was doing was I came out into the garden and looked around and decided it was time to call it quits. It was time to call it quits on the tomato plants. I was going to try and let some suckers grow to have kind of a second round of tomato plant, you know, hoping that those suckers coming up from the bottom would be in good shape. However, those plants were so eaten up with blight that even the brand new suckers were getting spotted and nasty looking. And you know, when the plants get like that, they just don't produce well. And in my experience, what they do produce isn't that great. So I just decided that rather than looking at that awful, awful, unsightly mess for the hopes of getting a handful of tomatoes, that it was just time to pull it all out. And so that is what I did on Sunday. I pulled out almost every single tomato plant from the raised bed garden. Haven't gotten to the in-ground garden yet. That'll be this week, but the same thing's going to happen out there. So I pulled out every single tomato plant with the exception of that new bed that I put in earlier this year. I do actually have 2 plants out there that are still producing and still looking quite healthy, and that is the Tachi tomatoes. They're actually doing really well, producing really well, lots of tomatoes, and the plants themselves actually still look really good. I mean, they're kind of sprawled all over and jungly, but they're looking good. And so I left those and I just pulled everything else out. The other thing that we are dealing with right now is the armyworms. Oh my word, they are everywhere. Everywhere. I don't know how I didn't realize this, but apparently there's like a season where they hatch out and they're just invading everything everywhere. I mean, I'm seeing people posting about it on social media. What are these black caterpillars all over the place? Oh my word. Yep, they're everywhere. All over the patio, all over the sidewalks, all over. I mean, you can't walk anywhere in the yard without seeing them. And at this point, I don't want to walk around in my Birkenstocks, which I wear all the time, because, and this is so disgusting, you guys, but I was getting armyworms up under my toes, under my sandals, and they were getting squished, and that is disgusting. Disgusting. So right now I'm not even wearing my Birkenstocks until this invasion of armyworms goes away. Okay, no joke. Look at this. They're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. So this evening I'm actually going to go out into the garden just because I do still have things growing out there. I've got herbs, I've got melons, I've got lots of things growing, and I don't want to encourage the armyworms to be in my garden beds. So I will go out there this evening and spray my garden beds again. I don't do it during the day when it's sunny because it's not good for the plants. Those oils and stuff getting on there, it can cause a chemical burn. So I generally do that in the evening at dusk. So I'm going to go out there this evening and do that. So now that I'm pulling out the tomato plants and things like that, now my peppers are still doing good. It's kind of pepper season right now. Lots and lots of peppers are coming. My number one way that I will generally preserve peppers to use later on is by freezing them. And that's mainly for your thick-walled peppers, like your bell peppers, jalapenos, stuff like that. I just go ahead and de-seed them and dice them up, and I freeze them in containers, and then when I am making recipes throughout the year, I can just thaw some of them out and use them. Now, I have also pickled peppers, canned peppers. As a matter of fact, the most popular recipe on my website right now is how to pickle pepperoncini peppers, but that is a recipe that can be used for pretty much any thin-walled pepper. So if you are wanting to pickle peppers, I will put a link to that down below. And that post includes a video where I kind of take you through the process of pickling and canning peppers. So I mentioned in a recent video how I'm going to be taking off the 7th year of gardening here on the homestead, and I shared that I've got some plans for a major overhaul, and I said in that video I was going to make everybody wait till 2023 to find out what it was, but I'm not going to do that. And I actually I don't know if I have shared that or not, that I'm not going to make you wait. But before I do share that, I have some things that I need to bring together so that I can show you kind of what the plan is. So the plans that I have for that are actually kind of a two-parter. I'll share the first part of that with you guys right now. So we have we have 3 chicken coops. I don't really count the little doghouse one in the garden for the bantams. We have our original coop that I built when we first moved here. We have the A-frame coop that the Icelandic chickens live in, and we move it around because it's a movable chicken coop. And then we have the main chicken coop, the big one that we built on the side of the barn. And last year we started fencing in the chickens. We kind of gave them a great big yard to contain them because frankly I was tired of chicken poop being everywhere. They were pooping all over the porch, they were pooping all over everything, and I was tired of it. The chickens, while they are in a fence, they are still considered free range, because free range means that you have the ability to go outside and enjoy the grass, the sunshine, and eat all the bugs and lizards and frogs and everything else that you can catch. That's what it means to be a free range chicken. It does not mean you can free roam and go anywhere you want to without restrictions. There's a general misconception about that in the backyard chicken world. But back in November, we had put in fence posts because the plan was to put in a permanent solid metal fence. And you've probably noticed that we haven't done that yet. We've got the poultry fencing around that for the time being, but I do want to do a fence. However, we're gonna kind of we've been rethinking how we're going to do that, and that's why we haven't put the fence in yet. You know, when you get a property and you start building a homestead, sometimes you put things in places or locations and then later on realize, I kind of wish I had done this over there. I have got a plan, and I will take you through and show you everything that we're planning on doing, and why taking the year off, my Sabbath year of gardening, will be just the prime time to make all of those changes. So, well, in any case, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. The sun is coming out. You can probably tell it's getting super bright here. I'm probably washed out with color at the moment, but it's actually almost time to take Ute to the vet. he is due his annual, and I figured while I was there yesterday, I just went ahead and scheduled it, so I've got to take him to the vet. He's a lot easier to take to the vet than Duke was. Alright, you guys, so have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me here at the homestead. I will talk to y'all next time.